Okay, so I bet you're wondering why you're watching this video, and Ms. Farrell has requested me to give you guys some tips as to what to expect for the AP portfolio for next year. So one of the things that I messed up on personally was that I got sidetracked with most of my projects. Like I would go and I'd start working on one, but then I'd lack motivation to do that, and I'd get sidetracked, and so I'd start another project and another, and so forth. That's a problem, because then if you do that, you're never gonna get the first project done, and you're gonna lose your train of thought to your breath or your concentration, whatever it is you're doing at that point, but you need to stay consistent. That was my biggest problem. My biggest problem was staying consistent and just continually working on one project, not 2 or 3 or 4. I kept going and I didn't stop. Now, what I'm gonna suggest you all do is for the concentration, because again, it'll just help you. It'll make this whole portfolio a lot easier. I would recommend you go and you have a sheet and you write down exactly how your project relates to your concentration. Like, all right, well, how does this add to the story that I am developing? How does this make sense in this concentration? If you do that every time, you should be good to go with the concentration, because I had one piece that was questionable, but I still got it to work based on what. Okay, I did think of another point later on, which is why this video may look a little bit off compared to the last. But one more thing you should do is when you're actually developing your projects and everything, you should try to use a variety of mediums, particularly in your breadth. The breadth is your show of skill. It's what you're known to do. If you can show that you're good at a variety of things, that's only going to strengthen your stance as an artistic representation of who you are. If you can do and keep in mind, it also is based on your 2D or 3D, whichever you decide to do. If you're doing 2D, then you could do anything of the sort. You could go batiking, you could go marbleizing, you could go drawing, painting, anything you want. You could do mixed media, but be sure it demonstrates different mediums of different types. It will help you out for the most part, because it shows you have a variety of skill sets, which will help in your case in your portfolio. One more thing also to keep tabs of is whenever you're actually finishing your project, like when you have to fill out the gray sheet, do yourself a favor, mark down what the medium is and what the dimensions of your project are, because you're going to need them later on in your portfolio when you actually have to create the portfolio online at AP College Board. So what you're gonna end up needing to know, you're gonna need to know what the medium is, what the size is, both length and width. You don't need a height, they don't ask for that. You're gonna need all of that. You're gonna need 12 for your concentration and 12 for your breadth. Unless they vary that at some point in time, but that's what my curriculum is based on this year, hence why I'm saying it. Now, one thing you may worry about when it comes to AP is if is there a test or anything? There's no test. Your test is your submission of the portfolio, which is why you need to make it look as professional as you can make it. You have to send in 5 physical works and make them your best. Don't send in one that you think is good. No. Ask your peers, what are your best works? Because if you send in what you think is good, what you may think is good, and another may think is it could be better. Ask your peers around, see what are your 5 actual best. Show them off in your show, show them off at the art show that we have in April. Bring them everywhere you can. Ask people what your best is. From there, take those off. If you have them on a canvas, take them off, put them in your mat. Just make sure they look professional. They are grading this very, very, very critically. They will not take a lot lightly. But those are the big points I've got for you, so good luck to the future AP candidates.